So your first step, your preference step, step one from your Venus star point is looking at something new because this is new space. You're going to look at something new, which is going to be what money is, what money truly is, what the true exchange of value is, because it's a Gemini pada, not a Taurus anymore. It's a Gemini. This pada is the Gemini of Geminis. The isolate Gemini energy is they have no concept of time. It's just go out and see the world. It's go out and do something. Go out and build something. Punavarsu is the return of the light, which means what they want to do is create something and bring new light to you. This is the new illusion. This is the new Rahu. This is the new redefining, mutable air, redefining what reality is. Most people think if it's broken, fix it. Geminis think if it's not broken, fix it. And these people are not afraid. They're not afraid. If they're wrong, they're not afraid because they don't think they're wrong. Even though they do wrong, even though what they think will do a wrong thing, they don't know, and so they don't care. They continue to do it. What you must do, being as if you're bringing the energy here, is that you understand that you are trying to correct something. The failures have been done. This Gemini is trying to redefine what values are, redefine what you value, what is in your value wallet, what is in your wallet, what is in your credit, what is in your certificates, what is in your stocks, what is in your worth. That's what this area you're supposed to bring, because it's right after Taurus, right after the financiers. You're supposed to be one step ahead. You're supposed to think one step ahead of the financiers. So they think of money, you have to think of money. Redefine what reality is. Even if you have to eliminate money just as they're eliminating money. Same thing. They're redefining reality by redefining value and redefining your value. So redefine their measure of value. That's the thinking. That's the thinking. I know there have been incidents in the past. 2 presidents, for instance, I'm aware of that. But the thinking should be there. This is the time of intense stress in that field. I know prices are twice as what they were 5 years ago. And it's only going to get worse. The 80s were cheap to us, but the 80s were expensive to people from the 1950s. I understand that now. And I don't intend to leave that inheritance without to the next generation without some kind of understanding. Bring order to a world they don't bring rules to. This is the true exchange of value. Not just having the value, the true exchange of what it is, of what money truly is, what value truly is. You speak and present it just as you hear, just as you experience what is presented to you. And this is in the 8th house, which will trigger your transformation. So correct your behavior and speech. You correct your handling of things. You correct your speech. You slowly dress better than you are now. You talk positive at every opportunity. You talk positive at every opportunity. That's how you start to change things here. The 8th house. 8th house to 8th house. Sometimes the Venus star point does not go to the 8th house, it goes to the 9th house. So just let you know that. But in this case, it's going to the 8th house. Now from this point, you go 144 degrees to your preference step 2, which is in Aquarius. 5 degrees even in Aquarius, in the 4th house. Dhanishtapada 4. Saturn sign over a Marsha Nakshatra at an Aries, no, at a Scorpio Pada in the 4th house. Home is in the, it's not the new technology, it's the fixed air. The new technology is truly the fixed air, which is, of the 3 air signs, as Levette had said, Gemini is the air under the dome. Libra is the cardinal air, which is the air surrounding the entire celestial sphere and constellations surrounding the Earth, whereas fixed air is only the zodiac. It's the measure and the teachings of the zodiac. So here, home is where you learn about the zodiac, and that's going to transform you. Scorpio Pada. That transforms your house. You change your thinking. You transform your thinking, as the home is the zodiac. And if this is new thinking, then this thinking is going to be new thinking to you. From here, you go 144 degrees to preference step 3, which is Virgo, in Hasta Nakshatra, 11th house. Hasta Nakshatra, Pada 1, which is an Aries Pada, in the 11th house. So you have Mercury sign over a Moon Nakshatra with a Aries Pada in the 11th house. Again, 11, 11. Venus, you bring Venus here, it doesn't do well. It's not going to do well with this energy, because she has to work here. You do your homework here. This means you do your homework. This is a participation event. Hasta is the imagery of your hands. This is where you, in Aries, you start with understanding by participating, by getting your hands dirty, learning what it means to you. From here, you go 144 degrees to preference step 4, Aries sign over Bharani Pada 2 in the 6th house. This is a Mars sign over a Venus Nakshatra in the Virgo Pada in the 6th house. This is the mind ready. This is doing the work of getting the mind ready for responsibility. In Virgo, responsibility and efficiency. Interact with nature. Interacting your consciousness with the Virgo of nature. With the mutable earth. The details of light and texture. Of light through a thin leaf. The texture of the leaf. Of anything in nature. Of bark. Of fur, of anything in nature, living fur, of plant life, how corn stalks or wheat or anything, how it moves in the wind, the sounds between the trees in the forests or in the woods, how interact with the birds. What does the cardinal mean? What does the crow mean? Their sounds, learn their sounds. This is what you have to experience here, because Bharani is the womb. Your womb is your mind opening up to new ideas here, opening up to deeper ideas here about the world, the intimate details, especially in the Virgo Pada, the intimate details of nature. And then back here to your new Venus star point, back to understanding. The depths that you will go for understanding will never end because the Scorpio Pada. Remember, Venus is not you. It's what you will change for. But this change is just like Obama's change. He never said what we were going to change into. What they heard instead was their rest of the story, what they wanted to hear. Now, to expand on this further, change. Here, Venus is the child because she's close to the sun in the sign of Scorpio. So she wants to understand things. And this journey is fulfilling that. But be careful, because she is also the growth principle. That's what Venus is. She holds the growth equation, the equation for growth. She is the Kataka of Phi. The growth principle. The growth principle. All Venusian. The equation for life is the equation for growth. Venus is building on what came before. In language, it's manifested in many different ways. Venus is the her, is the she. From she comes share. And then from to hare, as in the rabbit, the multiplying rabbit. From hare comes here, as well as hero. From hero to Hera, the queen of Olympus, the wife of Zeus. The wife Zeus always cheated on, neglected. As he took his promiscuity to other places, Hera was the goddess that he always ignored. She is the force of creation that he took to have power. She holds the power, not him, because she is the surety. This is her right here. Hera. This is what men cannot do. Even gods. Also in this line is Ashur, Asuras, and Ahura, as well as Asherah. Asherah is the Hebrew tree of life. The Asherah, the Asherah, the Asura, the Zephyro. And it is well known by Vedic astrologers that Shukra, or Venus, is the guru to both the Devas and the Ashuras, which is the same derivation, the growth equation, the Phi. And notice that the glyph of Venus perfectly traces the Hebrew tree of life, the Asherah, because Venus is the guru. She is the course to take within as you follow all the Zephyro points in their system. This is why change, this is why growth should be steered, not just said for growth, not just said for change. It has to be steered, directed, corrected. Otherwise it grows wild and untamed. Now, how does Venus correlate to the goddess?